Let me introduce our players. Anything that doesn't kill you, the cast. Racheal is played by Ellie, and Jimmy is played by David Sewell. Sims, a nutritionist and a physician that met earlier and have fathered Brianna, who's now a teenager, played by Meagan Jones, Brianna Sims. Stephanie Jewitt is played by Deborah. Charles Pruitt is played by David Gunter. David Roberts, the infamous, played by Richard Thompson. Isabella Juarez is played by Kira. Sydney by Robin. Michaela by Daniela, who also will be playing Sandra Pruitt. Tommy will be played by Carol. Mr. Drack by Darwin. Anita will play Ms. Allen, and she will play the 911 operator. And Monica will be played by Talithia, Monica Tarrant. So I will start the clock. This is a 3-act play. It's 99 pages. Go get your pillows. Anything that doesn't kill you. Act 1, Scene 1 is in a schoolroom. Stephanie, Tommy, Sydney, Isabella, Michaela, and Brianna are seated at a large table in a student council meeting.
Oh, if the school isn't going to help, the student council will do this on our own.
What's so important about sex education here, Steph? They ain't been taught up praying English yet.
That's true, Sydney, but we need a reliable information, guys, not the shit you find scrawled on some bathroom wall.
You're throwing shade on my life's work, but hey, someone actually sees my stuff? Great.
You're so scattered, Michaela. That has to be someone else's work.
It's their job to teach. Sex education is a huge practical need. We should get real facts, but only if we demand it, apparently.
It surprises me you're tackling that topic again. You forget about last year? That was so ugly. Why don't we throw our weight behind a much bigger issue? Just saying.
Oh, like what, Isabella? Here we go, fam.
The elephant is in the room.
You're such a broken record, Slim Jim.
Brianna, you and I are the only two people here with a normal BMI. Look around you. That's the real tragedy. Tell me, that topic's not worth a little student council love?
We can't all be homecoming queen, Isabella.
I just have to say it, Steph. You need to live long enough to have sex, or even get an education for that matter. I'd worry about your weight first.
Oh, so that's the point of today's t-shirt?
Guys, I'm just trying to help here, but who would want you?
Isabella, you are so lame.
Listen, what about if we took on fat as a topic and got these guys swole, buffed up? They might be able to finally put sex education to use.
You're brutal about this, you know?
And this t-shirt, Sydney, seems to fit just fine.
Stands up, and her "Do I make you look fat" message can be clearly read.
Size small. So, we're deadlocked again. Our recommendations have to be unanimous. I move we adjourn.
Fine. We're friggin' time wasted. Let's go. We'll be late for class. Oh, remember the BMI over 25 club meeting is Wednesday in the city library? You can take a day off if you want, Isabella, but the rest of us will be there doing sex education on our own. I've outsourced as a speaker.
An off-campus meeting the night before graduation? Sorry, can't make it. I need my beauty sleep. And I don't qualify to be a member of that club, happy to say. And about your valedictorian speech, Steph.
Yes, boss?
I can't let you turn that prime 15-minute time slot into some pathetic plea for sex education. Am I clear here?
What happened to the First Amendment, oh mighty student program planner?
That's the First Amendment that I'm making to your talk. There might be more. Your speech is supposed to be dope, uplifting, yada yada. Inspire these lumps.
And who made you the effing queen, Isabella?
Mostly the student body, Michaela. You forget?
Oh, yeah, my bad.
See you Thursday. Be on time.
What is it with her and her selfies?
She's documenting the world at Hillcrest with her as the front person for the school rag.
Class 6. So, who's your mystery speaker for sex ed?
Come and learn, Bree. This will be sex education at its realest.
You got my attention, but by your membership criteria, I'm too tall for my weight. BMI of 20, sis.
We'll make you an honorary BMI over 25 member. We'll call it fat privilege.
I've never heard that phrase before.
I just made it up. Fat privilege doesn't exist.
You are so weird. But you guys already know what everybody says about your weight. Does it bother you?
Goes to everybody else. But hey, now I've got an idea for my speech. It's lit, as Isabella would say. She wants to focus on fat. Okay, thank you. Waiter, check.
She holds up her hand elegantly and shouts. No one moves. They then pick up their drinks and papers and backpacks and exit chatting.
Let's talk, Bree. We got a plan.
Fade to gray. Act 1, Scene 2 in the Sims kitchen where Racheal is working and Brianna joins.
Racheal, you should have been there this morning. Stephanie tried to get the student council to push for sex education one last time.
Tell me you didn't, Bree. That ordeal lasted all last summer. I can't stand those dweeps on social media.
Trolls, Mom.
Hey, guys.
Speaking of which, you're home early. Where you let go, downsized, replaced with superficial intelligence?
It's artificial intelligence, Rach. By comparison, I'm the one with superficial intelligence. Nah, none of that. The boss is a sucker for a sad story.
Oh, you must have kissed his butt.
It's pretty hard to downsize a one-person medical practice. No, my last 2 patients canceled. Did I just overhear those words, sex and education?
Possibly. Were you eavesdropping?
Nope, just barging in. I'll go ahead and hotline the Witless Protection Program. I still have them on speed dial.
Relax, guys. I learned a lot from all that.
You learned how to choose a hashtag, kid. Here, help me with this.
Shucking corn while Jimmy gets a soda.
Note to self, when writing into the school blog about sex education, never, ever call yourself the whippersnapper.
The Whip got a load of likes that were pretty sexplicit. They should condemn that domain. I lost days of sleep.
It made it real clear that there are other ways to get educated than school about almost anything.
As Brianna pulls a latex glove over an ear of corn and nods as she shows her mom, Racheal smacks Bree's hand.
On any subject, anytime. It's so scary.
So Stephanie is outsourcing speakers now and slipping them across the border into school. That's just one of her projects.
Look, if you tell us more, you might have to kill us. Keep that stuff to yourself.
Heck, I don't even know what she's up to half the time, Mom. I just stand back and take notes.
Washes dries hands and picks up a cracker.
Oh yeah, this morning, Isabella challenged Steph about her weight again.
Why? Slim Jim has her own issues.
She's on some mission to eradicate obesity in Hillcrest by maybe Sunday. Neither of you have ever objected to Steph's weight.
Oh, Stephanie's our love, but she's not our kid.
So, what does that mean? Is she unhealthy? Tell me straight.
Stephanie's health, overweight or not, is amazing. But you tell me, how do the other kids treat her?
Oh, like she has a minor case of Ebola virus, like she shouldn't even show up.
After all that she's accomplished in these last 4 years, my God. So, pretty normal for high school.
Bree, if eating less and moving more saves you from that crap, I'm down for it.
It's really hard. even for her. But I borrow her courage. I seem to need to. I worry.
Let's hope she keeps plenty for herself.
I learned that on Facebook every day. See, Mom? Networks, social networks aren't completely worthless. I'm learning bravery.
I never said social networks were worthless, Braveheart, when they're with actual people. Pixels aren't people.
I'll crawl you into Facebook first, Racheal. We'll go slow, and then we'll toddle over to Instagram. Finally, we'll walk you through to Twitter. That final teeming teen frontier.
So I can run with the wolves, huh? No, thanks. Texting, snail mail, and email have maxed me out. Everyone's digital life is so much more my analog super slow-mo one.
How about I let you know if you're ever missing anything?
That's the deal. You be my little canary in the social network coal mine, and I might send you a postcard once in a while for the shock of it. A picture card in the mailbox. How does that even happen?
Fire, Mom.
Finishes her cracker.
So, off to the net.
Thanks for your help. Dinner's about 6:30. Call or tweet Stephanie and invite her over.
I already did. She and her folks are going out tonight before they leave on their trip Friday. Later.
Racheal resumes kitchen work. Jimmy grabs his briefcase and leaves the kitchen. Fade to gray. Act 1, Scene 3. The next day, Stephanie's in an empty classroom pacing, and Brianna joins as she's texting. Stephanie doesn't even look up.
So, Brianna, my idea? Remember that old Teddy Roosevelt man the arena speech?
From literally 100 years ago? Vaguely.
Never in his wildest dreams would he imagine he inspires some woke Black girl.
Boring. It's not a person in the arena speech, Steph. It's about men.
It's about courage, Brie. That's the point. Anyway, his speech goes, it is not the critic who counts.
Oh, we count. Uno, dos, tres.
No, it is not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena. Get it? The one whose face is marred.
Makeup.
Marred by dust and sweat and blood. Who strives violently, who errs, but who spends himself in worthy cause.
Hoorah!
And who at the best knows the triumph of achievement, and who at the worst fails, while daring greatly. Ta-da!
Throws papers up in the air.
Yay! Okay, now, what the hell's this got to do with your speech?
I need to hear it to believe in myself.
You got 2 days left as a senior.
Then mom and dad take off to grandma's. You gonna move in with me for 2 weeks?
My folks say no. Summer school. Sorry. But you're welcome to stay with us. Anyway, you have some last minute need to be fixing things, even as these fools get socially promoted into a life they can't manage. What's my takeaway?
I'm gonna take this talk away, Brie, to a whole nother level, thanks to Isabella.
You never do give up, do you?
Nope. It's my last chance. If I want to be a writer, I have to make things right.
She bends over to pick up the papers with Brianna helping.
Isn't the idea of your speech to reminisce about your class and how bright their future could be if they were anybody else?
That's been done to death, sis. Next year, you can feed your class their usual porridge of tried and toasted trivia. Not too hot, not too cold. It's all they've ever want.
That may be way too much adventure for them, Steph. And you damn well know I'm too introverted to do crowds. You won't catch me a part of any class action ever.
My class needs more than that. I'm going to give him more. I give him more because I expect more.
I'll be your biggest cheerleader. I'd be too scared.
If we had to wait until we weren't afraid, what would ever get said, Bree? Try it.
Not alone in front of a crowd in a million years, Steph. Bank it. And I happen to think your classmates are not so much into self-improving.
So then we can't do better than women did in Teddy's time? They finally got the right to vote.
Talking at your classmates won't change a thing. Telling isn't learning.
Until enough people tell it, Bree, then all of a sudden it can be. Don't give up on them. Rinse, then repeat. We refuse to be no accounts who don't count.
It's easier, safer. You still believe in people can change.
If I didn't believe in my heart that people could change, Bree, I couldn't give this talk. Seriously, I couldn't even live this life. Now, listen up. You're the first one to hear this speech. Me too.
Wait, I just want to say, I'll really miss you, sis. You've been great.
Hey, it's way too early to start the goodbye stuff. I'm committed to not crying all summer. We'll cry in the fall when I leave.
Yet here you are, making high school last even longer. That poli-sci class you signed up for, I can understand, but drama in the summer school with that turbo troll Roberts, he is such a creep.
I can take classes for fun for once. No pressure, no worry about grades. What else is there to do in Hillcrest anyway?
Good point. But I can't convince you to maybe not dare quite so greatly.
Then why give this talk at all? Sorry? It's on autopilot. I'm in auto daring mode. Come on, we gotta do this before the club meeting.
Charles says he'll make it to that meeting, by the way.
At his own peril. It's our club.
He says he's qualified. I'm just saying.
God's sakes. One more thing to solve. Back to my speech. Remember, there's a little dust and sweat and blood never hurt anybody.
Ew. Let me just point out that old Teddy never had to deal with an anti-social media.
That's our advantage.
Or not. Okay, so let's hear the speech. President Roosevelt unwittingly inspired some woke black chick to give.
All right. My dear classmates, teachers, family, and friends, I am honored to stand here before you. Honored and humble, but afraid. I'm afraid that by giving this talk, you will remember me forever as the fat girl who gave the weird talk at our graduation. That is a dare I'm willing to take.
Oh, shit. Isabella will freak. Keep going.
Fade to black. Act 1, Scene 4. The BMI over 25 club is in the private library room after school. Sydney, Tommy, Michaela are there. Brianna joins, followed by Stephanie and Monica.
Hey guys, do you all know Monica? Monica Tarrant is our guest speaker for our BMI over 25 club special meeting on sex. Say hi.
Hey, Monica.
Hello, Monica.
Monica.
Hello, guys.
I remember you. You were a senior 3 years ago.
What's your particular background, Monica? Your area of expertise?
Marketing, Monica, mostly.
Excuse me? What'd you say?
Marketing. This is my first time in a public library, by the way. It does have possibilities. I can see that.
Monica does a night shift as a working girl. Tonight's included. So time's money.
You mean as a sex worker?
Exactly. Monica has some things to teach us that can't be bought, just taught.
School is gonna freak out, Stephanie. My mom will lose it.
Michaela, is not the point. Is that not the point? We're about to light this up. Feel free to share with everyone who Monica is and what she teaches us.
Until we're better taught? Sure. Oh yeah, I get it. I love it, Steph.
You may have noticed, Club, that Monica's not exactly that slender.
Thanks, friend. And you did warn me, Stephanie. Their attitude towards a really liberal education might be limiting.
Monica, but you're not that young or skinny or, sorry, but truly all that pretty. And
Do you hear yourself? I don't have to be any of those, do I? For anybody. But give me cute. I'm at least cute for Christ's sake.
I think she's cute for Christ's sake.
Charles Pruitt, shut the front door. What do you think you're doing here? This is a very private BMI over 25 club meeting.
Really? It's Wednesday night. The notice said the public library. Hello, then. You're not that hard to find.
You're not a member, Charles.
My basic metabolic index is exactly 25.1. See? I got this note from PE. It felt like an omen, so I came.
Your BMI is over 25 because you're dense.
Dude, people always say that about athletes. Bree told me that you didn't discriminate. And she's here.
good enough then. Let him stay. And let's keep moving. I got banned. He might have something to add, from a boy's perspective. He is a boy, right?
Monica, your call?
Hell, I don't mind. I'm a girl you call. It might grow the business, although it's already pretty much standing room only, if you know what I mean.
Need to know basis, Monica. Okay then. Charles, sit at the end of the table and don't say a word. You're probationary on temporary loan, like the library says.
I got nowhere else to be.
Where were we?
Stephanie tells me that the internet says that there might be ways in which lovemaking might happen that de-emphasize your sides.
Whenever you're ready for it, that is.
Such as what? Dating blind people with blind seeing eye dogs?
No, smart addict, and way too harsh. Be kind to yourself. It's all about your presentation. You can be intimate when you're having a fat day or a month or a life, just to celebrate the positive.
What about an invisibility cloak while you await your gastric bypass and an empty waiting room full of other big people in their invisibility cloaks?
I'm not talking about hiding or surgery, for God's sake. Or a disguise, just a strategy, a different way of understanding. If this is too scary to talk about, I have places I am passionately needed.
No. Let's hear her out.
Monica pulls out a latex glove.
First thing, then, always, I mean always insist on protection. Always. You have no idea where that particular property has been.
Hey, same advice as always, but different.
For a reason. This is your life, girl. I don't care how cute he is. I don't care if you trust him like a brother. I don't care if he is your brother. Michaela, say after me. I will wear protection always.
I will wear protection.
Protection.
Michaela, always.
Michaela,
Michaela,
always.
Now, I really want you to get from tonight's talk is that this has so much more to do with who you are, how confident you are, how kind you are, especially to yourself, than what you look like. I'm living proof.
That's it? That's all you got? Keep a glove on your goodies and love thyself? Don't guys just want a quick thrill?
I learned over a long time and many intensely, randomly uncontrolled trials that what man finds most attractive is when a woman presents whoever she is with confidence.
And just how do you do that?
That's the key. You invest in yourself. Eating healthy and exercising should be built in, not bolted on. Be kind to yourself and don't be a slave to the scales. Okay, then? That's about it.
That's all there is to it?
That's the secret to love, Michaela. If you're wise enough, probably even the secret to life, girls. And Charles.
Zen for the working girl?
Exactly. Confidence comes with your personality, your wit, your humor, the way you carry yourself, and how you look at you. All of the factors into how people see you, but more importantly, how you see yourself.
You before anyone else, right?
To the front of the class, Sydney. And remember, if you build it, girls, they will.
Monica, stay inside the rails.
Oops. I maybe cross a line. Say, I gotta get going. See you all around. Real life isn't all done by the poolside with a box of chocolates. Although in real life, it can be done anywhere, even in a library. I bet. Stephanie, tough crowd. Later. Thanks.
Thanks, Monica.
Thanks, Monica.
Thanks. Sounds like you all have a lot to learn about guys.
Charles, my God, are you still here? You're so quiet.
Who let him in here?
You guys did. I asked him to leave.
Hang on a minute. What do you mean, Charles?
What I mean is most guys are not mean. We're not all that critical. We're not animals. We're usually grateful for any crumb you throw our way.
Such guys or gals are not out there. There are only 3 billion males on the planet, and I've pretty much checked every one of them out. Hey, not everyone actually is online.
Okay, then. Guys, our time is up for this week. Great meeting. We have to release the room. Stamp collectors can be hideous.
Philandering philatelists. What's next week?
Next week on summer break, our dietitian will be here to discuss healthy snacks.
Monica could have covered that topic.
Enough, guys. Get some rest. Stephanie's gonna rock the place tomorrow. We have to be there to cheer her on, even if we're not allowed into the seniors class party.
Next year, it'll be your turn. See you guys tomorrow. Night. Thanks.
Fade to gray. Act 1, Scene 5. Footsteps. It is dark. Brianna, Michaela, Sydney, Tommy are walking fast, joined by Stephanie as she catches up in her cap and graduation gown.
Well, those half-wits were worse than I imagined.
Yeah, lucky to make it out alive, make it out of there.
We haven't made it home yet.
Well, wow, Brianna. Like, I can't say you didn't warn me.
It doesn't take a rocket scientist, Steph. You were preaching to the enemy while they sniped at you.
Did you
Snipped it.
hear what? Did you hear what they were yelling?
Mr. Drax shut him up fast.
Yeah, but he couldn't shut up social media, could he? So, I'm the wrong messenger? Or is it the wrong message? What?
No one is ripe for this audience. I keep trying to tell you, we're only at the beginning of the 21st century. We can't even see civilization from here yet.
Give them a few decades and a group rate on frontal lobotomies, and then they'll have a snowball's chance at empathy.
It's not like they ignored you, though. You went viral, freaks. Hey, fatty, preach less and move mountains.
You effed up our party, homie. Just go home and don't eat forever. Nice.
A wise man once said a graduation speech is no place to fix society's problems. Wait, I said that. Why didn't Isabella just sign her damn name?
Hi-ho, your politically correct fatness will be gone from Hillcrest soon. Maybe college will trim you down to size.
Ugh, enough already. We can all read. There were some nice messages too. So grateful to you for your courage. Thanks for daring to tell your truth, etc.
But the bullies care today, don't they?
If you let them. What a great lead into your poli-sci class on Monday. You'll have plenty of bullies to study, Steph. Spoiler alert, none of them end up happy.
Well, if high school is the beginning of learning, I learned a lot just tonight. I think I'll just take social media cleanse now. I like that. You'll let me know if I miss anything?
Can't, sis. I've already closed mine down. Let's just disappear. Leave me on read. We'll be forgotten in a week.
Already, more than likely.
Brianna grabs her hand.
I can't tell you how proud I was of you. I could never have said that stuff.
You say what you think, Bri, all the time. You have lots of good things to say.
In safe places, not on stage, not online.
Hey, go big or go home. I've gone big. Now, I think I'll just go home. I gotta rehearse for next week's audition anyway.
You gonna be okay tonight?
I'm sure. I'll skip the seniors' overnight party. I need some downtime. Enjoy your first date with Charles, huh? Exciting!
Yeah, you know, I read, obviously, fiction that there might be life after high school stuff, even if it's all downhill and if no consequence. Text me if you need anything. We'll talk tomorrow.
Lots to reminisce about, huh?
After the dust and blood and sweat, huh?
And don't forget the tears. Tay didn't mention those. This may take a while. Night, Bri. Don't know how I do it without you.
We're here for each other. Your folks are still home, right?
Yeah, they leave early tomorrow. Probably already in bed. Night. Love you. Have fun.
Stephanie leaves as the others watch fade to gray. Act 1, Scene 6, spotlight on an open, darkened stage at the high school. Director Mr. Roberts is stage left, shuffling through some papers.
Stephanie, Miss Stephanie Jewitt, come forward, please.
Yes, Mr. Roberts?
Stephanie steps into the spotlight.
Oh, hi. Wait, I remember you from graduation ceremony, right? Oh, yeah. Well, welcome to auditions for the summer's Romeo and Juliet. Girls aren't posted for rehearsal for another hour, so for what part are you auditioning?
Oh, I guess I got so excited I got here early. Well, for Juliet, Mr. Roberts.
Stephanie, do you know this work? I have to ask. I mean, you're expected to at least look at the play before you come to audition for it.
Everyone knows Romeo and Juliet, Mr. Roberts.
Then is this some kind of joke? Am I being punked? Okay, did someone put you up to this? How awkward.
Excuse me?
All right, I don't know how to break this to you, honey, but this is Juliet, and this Juliet is a white girl.
There have been Black Juliets, Mr. Roberts. I can show you. I thought it'd be a new twist for Hillcrest.
I am aware of other productions, but what's done in Harlem pretty much stays in Harlem, right, guys?
Yeah.
Really? Not just Mr. Roberts. Other places have used Black actors. I know I can do this.
Maybe you know you can do this, but we don't, dear. Now, it's not just the pigment issue. We don't have a balcony that would support your mass, to be quite blunt.
Or the inclination to build one?
Even if we pulled together that much lumber, dear, Juliet is thin. So the attraction with her Romeo has to be somewhat believable. Don't you see? Now, this play is, at its most basic, a love story.
Wow. I guess that Romeo couldn't possibly be in love with a girl so massive then, Mr. Roberts. What was I thinking? And it must be that obvious to the rest of you.
Pen drop, silence.
Sorry, dear. No. How about some other more weighty part? Let's just find a fit. Just not Romeo, okay? He's got to be thin too.
No. Know what? No, really. I think I have to rethink some things. A lot of things. This was my big fat mistake. Thank you anyway.
Stephanie turns and exits stage right, director back to papers.
Don't thank me, but... Now, okay, there was nothing to consider, really. Could that have been even any more awkward, really? Okay, focus. Next. Who's next?
Fade to gray. Act 1, Scene 7, Brianna is knocking on the door of Stephanie's home.
Steph? Hey, Steph. It's free. Open up. Steph? Got your text this afternoon. Sad girl. Doing okay? Where are you, sis? Oh, the shower. I don't blame you. I feel like showering every time I'm near that creep, Mr. Roberts, myself. A long, hot shower with a stiff brush.
Takes off her jacket, places it on the nearest chair. Idly looks around, picks up a magazine, starts to sit, and notices an empty medicine bottle on the floor under a chair, picks it up and stares hard at the label.
Hydrocodone? Steph, you haven't needed this for months. Did you get hurt?
Looks up, wanders towards the bathroom off stage, bottle in hand.
Hey, what's this stuff for? Stephanie! What's happened? What did you do?
Turns the shower off.
Stephanie, you're so cold! Oh my God! 911, I have to call 911. Damn it, my phone in the damn shower. Sorry. So sorry.
Rushes out to the living room, searches frantically and grabs Stephanie's phone and finally calls 911. Phone rings and rings.
Come on.
911 emergency. How can I help you?
Help. My friend's unconscious. I think she may be overdosed. Her name is
Tell me your callback number, please.
Yes, it's 29044. Wait, that's my phone number. I dropped it in the shower. My number is on Stephanie's phone, the one we're on now.
Okay. The phone you are on now is listed under Stephanie Jewitt at 642 West Olive Street, right?
Yes, that's where we are. Please, hurry.
Okay. Paramedics are en route. Make sure the front door is unlocked. And do you know if your friend has any naloxone?
One is on the chair and Brienne is back off stage sobbing. There is splashing.
Oh God. No,
fade to black, end Act 1. Act 2, that fall, same year, summer has passed. Jimmy and Racheal Sims are finishing lunch quietly, and Brianna joins them.
Oh, good morning. Afternoon, honey.
How
Okay.
late were you up last night, kiddo?
Maybe 2, I guess. TCBK, texting, crying, brooding, keening, usual stuff.
So, you okay?
Just peachy. Why wouldn't
There's
I be?
there's coffee left.
Dad, you know I don't drink coffee.
It's been so long, I thought maybe you started. Looks like you might want to, though, real soon.
Thanks, Dad. Precious. Any OJ left, Mom?
In the fridge, pulp free.
Brianna moves to the fridge.
Hey, Bree, the postcard with all your classes for this fall arrived.
Okay.
You've changed, well, just about everything from what we discussed in the spring.
I'm still a senior, still stuck at Hillcrest, still missing Stephanie in a much different way than I could have ever imagined. Still overwhelmed and scared. So no, everything hasn't changed.
No trig, no physiology, no physics, no more mind over matter stuff that might eventually pay your rent and help support your parents.
Uh-huh. I need a break.
Well, as luck would have it, you've had the summer off, Bree, pretty much hibernating while you've plotted the revolution.
Funny, you should say that, Dad, and pretty shitty luck, wouldn't you say, overall?
That's not necessary, Brianna. Maybe luck wasn't the right word, Jimmy.
Bree, you've cut yourself off from Charles, who adores you, Isabella, the BMI over 25 club, your sports teams. On purpose?
I'm burnt out, Dad. Storing up my nuts for the winter.
You loved your team sports.
And they'd be good for my weight, you mean?
For your psyche, Bree, your spirits.
I'm mostly burned out on what's good for my psyche, Dad, and spirit. Ditto that. I'm pretty heavily into licking my wounds and mourning my dead sister. My hope is that might burn up some calories.
That's not the issue, Bree, and you know it. Despite your support system, professional grief counseling was not a bad idea. You should have at least have given them a chance.
It's not totally off the calendar, Dad. I'm just not ready yet. I will think about it. It's complicated. It won't bring her back.
Jimmy? Say, honey, your schedule also says debate. You hate crowds.
No, it's something I need to do. I need to get better at public speaking.
Right. And under special activities, there's drama? What the?
Well, we actually had to look and see that this wasn't Stephanie's schedule sent by some awful mistake. Drama was that disaster for her, or have you forgotten?
What? I can't do drama. Oh, parents, I'm a teenager. Sorry, but I haven't forgotten anything. I have trouble forgetting, actually, and I got this, really.
And what about Stephanie's experience?
Especially since her death. Yes, Mom, drama in particular. I'm trying to be more daring, a little trust here. I'm a work in protest. Can I go now?
Classes start Thursday, kiddo.
Today's Monday, Mom. Less than 72 hours to sleep and plot. Set the alarm, folks. I'm going in.
Bree, what can we do to help? We're sort of stuck here.
You've both done all that you can, Dad, really. I'm a little stuck myself, and I'm scared. Thursday, it's finally time to do. The Matrix is about to unfold. I need courage.
Matrix unfolding, really? Oh my. Oh, and Last but not least, Bree, this BMI over 25 club notice. Stephanie's old club is alive?
I managed to let it collapse this summer. We need to rebuild. Hey, at least I'm more than qualified now. Totally legit. I guess fat privilege has died as well.
Oh my gosh, Brianna, you're still healthy. Both of you were healthy, athletic kids.
We were, Mom. Now we are not. It isn't all about us, though, is it? Somehow our weight, this living life large, becomes everyone else's damn business.
It's always been about them.
I never quite really understood what that meant before. Now, too late, after I didn't help, after she ended her life, after everything, I do get it.
That's a pretty tough get, Bree.
Tell them. Anyway, no one's listening, not yet. Maybe they will. Thursday's looming large. As usual, Stephanie was so right. We'll cry in the fall, she said.
Later, love.
Love you. Oh, Jimmy, what do we do?
Back to school's always been a bitch, Rach, since K5. Some things never change. And hey, any more coffee?
Hey, DeGray. Act 2, Scene 2. Sydney, Isabella, Tommy, Michaela, and last Brianna come bursting out of the school doors. Animated, walking home from school wearing backpacks, Isabella spins around to confront Brianna and the others scatter. She is wearing her same t-shirt.
I'd like to understand what the hell just happened, Brianna.
Weren't you there? So, what do you feel just happened, Slim Jim?
What I felt happened was me being thrown under the muddy tires of the big yellow bus. That shit was unbelievable.
I'm so sorry. It's debate class. If you can't debate, vacate.
I don't mind debating. I can rip you up. But the topics? Unfair. What you did was evil.
How dare you, Isabella? You got exactly what you deserved.
It's like asking Stevie Wonder to play horse, you know? You're taking advantage.
So, get revenge. Debate me up.
Oh, I will. You deserve to lose. I don't care about your mind-boggling grief. You're so willing to take it out on others. We'll see you in 2 weeks. You'd better be ready, because I'm coming. Private collection.
Wow, Isabella was shocked and awed, Bree. I was sort of blown away too. When did you decide to throw that down?
I had to get your attention. I thought you all were busy studying your precious labs. What am I supposed to do?
We were just checking social media, something you might like to rethink, by the way. What got you to do something so stupid?
It's been awesome. I wish I'd quit a lot sooner.
Not that. Stupid for challenging Isabella. You just committed social self-mutilation at the least.
This episode will be like a prison tat on your freaking forehead. For life, girl, I agree with Sydney. That was high-key stupid. Why tangle with her?
Her t-shirt, fam. Hello? Didn't you see it? She wore that damn shirt again.
Today?
Yeah, unbelievable. Everything's still so raw. So I made an impulse purchase. I bought us a debate.
You thought that exact same t-shirt was Gucci last year.
Things changed. The whole context changed, but not Isabella.
It seems to fit her even a year later to a T, inside and out.
That shirt brought back all of the shit around Stephanie's speech and her death.
Isabella wasn't any part of that.
Oh, yes, she was, Michaela. Don't defend her. It was the weight of messages like Isabella's that smushed her soul.
You're allowed to shame fat kids all day long. It's the new national pastime. Welcome to the bigs.
They're just dumbass teenagers, guys. Her talk was supposed to be some send-off into the near beyond, not some takeaway message to be thoughtfully munched on later as part of a healthy diet.
I should have protected her, Steph. Was so committed that she ignored the dangers. I failed her as a friend, as a sister, as a bodyguard.
She was blocking the road to their good time, Bree, vaping high and scraping by.
She stopped using social media when she shouldn't have. She would have seen that there is some good to it. We could have balanced that.
We both stopped. The brightest light I ever knew went dim and out. But don't pretend that Isabella didn't help speed it along.
Well, that sure makes her look tone deaf. But it's almost been 4 months, okay? Think that it's over. 2% of your whole life. And
Tell me, did you two decide on a title for your debate? I missed that part. I have to write the minutes.
The link between health and weight is fine. Feel free to substitute anything more interesting, the running of the bull in Pamplona.
Right. Hey, this is where I get off. See you tomorrow. Good luck with your intriguing debate selection.
bye. Yeah, I have to agree with her. I'm hanging from my fingernails on this one. I'll buy tickets early, or maybe I can scalp them.
I'm not sure I want witness, Sydney. The audience might have to be neutralized and slid quietly into the river.
Heard. Both of them. So, are you gonna jump back on Twitter in my lifetime?
Life is a lot simpler when you're invisible. I'll give it some thought. Solitude isn't all that bad. There is a world out there without. Anyway, later.
Later, debater. Stay clear of that freak of a director tonight. Roberts can take a perfectly lousy day and make it genuinely suck. It's his gift.
Don't worry about Mr. Roberts. There'll be other bros around. Later.
Sydney and Brianna go their separate ways as we fade to dark. Act 2, Scene 3. Brianna joins Racheal Sims, busy in the kitchen.
Hey, Bree.
Hey, Mom. How was work?
Oh, a big day for bananas in Hillcrest for some reason. How about you?
That banana pudding rerun was on the cooking show, I'll betcha.
So how was your day?
Anything that doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I must be stronger. I'm still here.
Sounds ominous.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
We're still a little sensitized to mentions of death.
Continues to move dishes around.
Guess what happened today in the last hour, in fact?
Debate class? No guessing. I'm so bad at that. What's going on?
It was my turn to choose a topic, so I dove into the abyss. I'm still shaking, see?
Bree, good for you. So what have you picked? Immigration, politics, world hunger?
You said you wouldn't guess.
Gun control, fraternity hazing, circus cruelty. Is orange the new black? Are circuses the new prisons? So let me sit down. So many brilliant, awful choices these days. I can't pick only one.
I challenged Isabella to a debate on the link between health and weight, if any.
Wow. Slim Jim is no pushover. Which side did you take? I'm trying to be a mom, not a nutritionist. Are you for health or against weight?
It's not done like that. I got to pick the topic. The instructor picks who debates each side. I'm trying to dare more, like Steph. I guess I just lost my head.
So is this for her?
It's for Stephanie's cause, but now it's personal. I got more skin in the game, huh?
So what do you want that answer to be? And how does that make you feel?
I don't know. I worry what my extra weight somehow means I'm becoming irrelevant. What kind of sense does that make? I'm still me.
You just want to fit in.
Not fit in, Mom. I want to be accepted. There's a big difference.
If your weight was unhealthy, Bree, don't you think your dad and I would say so?
Mom, their concern is about my health isn't real. They aren't worried. They don't care if I live or die, I'm pretty sure.
The truth is that they're probably more concerned about their own visual landscape. They don't want to see balloon people. That's what Europeans call us Americans.
Great. And in your field, even nutrition can't make people change their attitude.
Do you think people want to see a chubby nutritionist? I'm not only good enough, I'm great at what I do. But we're way too ready to judge a book by its cover. In the meantime, listen to your mother. Lay low, okay? Please.
That's not so easy. I gotta go back to school tonight for that audition, the 12 Macho Gringos play. No lying low there. I signed up like an idiot.
Oh, honey, that sounds so uplifting, yet so manly at the same time. 11 macho men and one regretful idiot. Okay, stay home tonight, yo?
Mom, no one says that. Can't. I signed up. I'll grab a late snack when I get home. Mom, no kale. Nothing with quinoa, no prunes. Skip the green beans. Cook dirty for me.
I'll take that under advisement. I'd forgotten about that damn audition. When did you become an extrovert?
Mr. Drax says that you can't tell an introvert from an extrovert when they're talking about what they believe in. I believe in, well, everything I believe in.
What about your fear of the public?
Steph always said I could if I had to. I do.
Gives Racheal a kiss.
Dad gets home about 6. Be careful, honey. It'll be dark soon. I'll fix you that snack.
Thanks, Mom.
You're reminding me once again of the Sims family motto. The nail that sticks up the most gets pulled off into the deepest, most painful flesh, where it often then bleeds uncontrollably forever.
Thanks. Get that embroidered, will you? Love you, Mom.
Love you too, girl. Oh, Jimmy, baby, get ready for the next rodeo.
She searches for and pulls out some bananas. Fades to gray. Act 2, Scene 4, spotlight on Director Robert's stage left, shuffling through some papers like before.
Brianna Sims, come forward, please.
Yes, Mr. Roberts?
She steps into the spotlight.
Oh, hi, Brianna. Whoa, I didn't recognize you. Hello. You're next. Remember that this audition call is for 12 male dramatic parts. You'll probably understand why you're the only female here. I hear you brought your own material. So do you still want to audition?
Yes, Mr. Roberts. I brought some lines and I do need performance experience from somewhere. Girls are over half the class, just not for this play, I guess.
Oh, okay. I mean, that's fair. Do I know your material?
Brianna sets her purse on the stage floor.
It's taken from the valedictorian speech last year. You may have heard it.
Really? Oh, yeah, I did. Quite the statement. Oh, what was her name? That real bright girl, Shelby?
Stephanie Jewitt. I'm surprised you've forgotten. You were one of the very last persons to see her live.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I do remember talking to the police. How sad. That heavier black girl.
Yes, that one, that National Merit Scholar, that budding actress, the one so crazy about Romeo and Juliet that she'd memorized every single line in the play, not just Juliet's.
Oh, sure. I remember her now.
Yes, that one. So these 10 sentences were taken from her valedictorian speech. 10 sentences, like the Gettysburg Address.
Well, I mean, if it's comparable to Lincoln's 10, okay then. Brevity is wit, Brianna. You have 2 minutes.
Thank you. I stand here before you afraid. No kidding. Sorry. I'm afraid that by giving this talk, you will remember me forever as the fat girl who gave that weird talk at our graduation.
Light goes to dark. Spot opens on Stephanie center stage in her cap and gown at a podium.
But that is a dare that I'm willing to face. I realize we all have reasons for feeling insecure. Mine may just be a bit more obvious than most of yours. We all have fears, feelings of being unworthy, unlikable, or unnecessary, whether it's the fear of growing old or not, the fear of being ridiculed, or the fear of ending up looking like me. Fears that someone will figure out that everything is not okay. Fears about not fitting in rather than being who we really are. Fears that people will think we are just attention seeking when all we need to do is to talk about the fears of not being lovable or loved. You are my classmates, and you have earned the right to hear my story. I'm becoming comfortable with the fact that I am not perfect, nor will I ever be. I need to learn how to be stronger, more resilient, happier, larger person without the thought of guilt that I did anything bad or lack of worth because of what I weigh. Yet, shame still seems to hold me back.
Spotlight returns to Brianna as she finishes the speech.
Shame. The belief that I am somehow a bad person just because of what I weigh, despite the good I've done and the love that is in my heart, keeps trying to drag me down.
Okay, thank you, Miss Sims. Okay, then we have your contact information.
Thank you.
Brianna leaves, completely forgetting her purse. The director pauses, waits for her to leave by the side door. Director to the group of boys off stage.
Wow, man. Do you remember her from last year? What happened to her? She let herself go so much. Hey, I had her high on my list of girls whose bones I'd like to jump this season. But guys, no thanks. She is not my type now. This is like deja vu. Okay, next, Charles Pruitt.
Just then, Brianna rushes back to recover her purse as the next student, Charles, enters the spotlight.
I'm so sorry. I forgot my purse. Oh, Charles. Hi. Pardon me, please. Oh, well, break a leg and thank you, Mr. Robert.
Hey, Bree.
Fades to gray. Act 2, Scene 5. Brianna rushes back out, stops, takes a deep breath, clutches her purse to her chest, leans back against the wall, and looks up, straight at Isabella.
Brianna.
Isabella. Hey, Slim Jim. What are you up to?
I hate that name.
It's a term of endearment. You know that.
Slim Jims are skinny little preservative-filled sausages, tasty, thick-skinned, and empty of nutrition. I'm trying to be better.
I'm sorry. I like Slim Jims. Hey, I shouldn't be fraternizing with the enemy anyway. Why are you here? Spying on my first audition?
Enemy? Is that what we are now? Wow. I never thought I'd hear your name with the word audition. What's up with that?
I'm taking more chances now, like Stephanie. So tell me, what were you trying to say with your t-shirt the other day in debate?
Is that what this is all about? Now, I get it. You need to lighten up, Bree. No need to beat both of us into this pity pulp.
Yeah, that one little thing, your thin privilege. Making a point of how we all wished we were you. Another subject that's truly worth debating.
Be careful what you wish for, Bree. Yeah, that shirt was a bad idea. It dates back to some really tough times.
You still wore it.
Listen, for this year's yearbook, we're doing a throwback theme with the same photos, same clothes, same locations, 1 year later.
So original.
Why, thank you. You asked why. I didn't even realize I still had it. The yearbook team asked me to wear it. I did, That night I threw it away.
After Stephanie's death, how could you wear it for even a day?
Bree, my t-shirt had nothing to do with Stephanie's death.
If you had everything to do with how bad she felt.
You know, when all you got is a hammer, everything looks like a cockroach, Brianna. Stephanie never said a word about it.
She wouldn't, would she? It was in the yearbook. You must have realized how it could affect her.
And it will be there again this year, all right? Are you telling me my t-shirt killed Stephanie? Huh, then we're all in big trouble.
Who wears the shirt matters, Isabella. You're a friend, an influencer. You matter. I guess there won't be any throwback pictures of Stephanie, will there?
That's so mean. She would have been away at the U this year anyway.
Where did you even find something like that?
It was a gag gift from Mr. Roberts after I played Cosette in Les Mis last year. We got pretty close.
Mr. Roberts? Why am I not surprised?
You're trying so hard to make me feel bad, Bree, but I have to work very hard at this stuff too. Nothing seems right since Stephanie died.
She hated the notion that she, because of her weight, and regardless of anything else, everything was not good enough.
She seemed so confident.
Once you force yourself out the door in the morning, all else is possible, right?
100%. I have some understanding of that, believe it or not. Anyway, the reason I called at you
Wait for it.
is that little Miss Martin posted the assigned sides to the debate question. I wanted to see it myself.
Geez, Isabella, tell me she didn't screw this up.
I can't say that. She screwed it and us up.
You mean...
You only live once, right? That devious little biddy gave me the argument that weighing more is good for your health.
No way. Hell no, come on.
Shit, yes. I may throw up right here on my new flats. Right after I slit my wrists. Would you mind holding my hair back?
Not for your wrist splitting. You're on your own with that. So that means that I get to debate that being overweight is the work of the devil and will lead me to an ugly early grave. Why? Oh, I will hate her for the rest of my apparently shortened life.
She did it because it's debate. The same reason you did it. To get even. To teach us a lesson. You seem convinced that being overweight doesn't hurt you.
You sure you're worried about me, Isabella? Think about that when you're in your spare time. But it's how Stephanie and I were raised.
How weird that I'm the one that'll get to make the argument for you. I have you to thank. The irony's so damn thick.
Anything that doesn't kill you, Isabella, remember. But it's not weird. It's karma. I called you out. Or have you forgotten?
Oh yeah, the t-shirt. I guess I deserve that. So, advice? Something I need not to miss in our debate?
I'm supposed to help you beat me? Come on. Come to the debate and learn, Isabella.
Understand, Bree, that I've been taught to go along to get along. But also that being even a little bit overweight is so wrong, so out of control. All of my entire life.
How sad. And we were taught that we're good enough, just like we are.
Sad, maybe? That doesn't mean I'm about to let you win. You'll have to earn this.
You can learn to change.
Changing is hard. It's a special kind of torture when the thing you need the most is the last thing you want.
It'll be easy for me to make the case that being overweight must be a horrible thing because everybody already believes it. They never seem tired of sharing that insight.
One other thing, I should tell you that anticipating Miss Martin's decision, I've set up an interview with this very vocal, local expert to teach me why being overweight is not unhealthy.
A local expert? Some vocal, local yokel? Anyone I know? Shit. Tell me no, Isabella.
Did you forget that your dad is my primary care physician?
Unbelievable. I have no response to that. What a small town.
Maybe he can teach me what he's been teaching you and Stephanie, and maybe I'll believe him. For a day. Oh, his office staff didn't seem to know about our debate.
I maybe forgot to mention it to him or them. He's pretty busy.
Not too busy to talk to a school reporter about a topic that he loves.
Obviously not.
Okay then. Good night and good luck next week. Still gonna win. Losing is never an option. Pretty pathetic, I know.
Yeah, thanks. You too. What the hell? It just gets better.
Just then, Charles comes busting out of the rehearsal hall.
Charles!
He keeps walking and she runs and catches up, grabs his arm and spins him around.
Charles, what happened?
Brianna, hey. Oh, hi. Hey, you first. Why were you even here? The play they're doing is 12 macho gringos, not 11 macho gringos and one pissed off Anglo.
I wanted to disrupt. It was one dare of a half dozen or so I made to myself this summer.
Funny, you don't look like an anarchist. What were you disrupting?
Whom? Roberts. I wanted to remind him about Stephanie and about his role in the last day of her life. What's an anarchist supposed to look like anyway?
It's easy. You know an anarchist when you don't see them. So your disguise has been perfect. I haven't seen you all summer.
Touche. I am sorry.
I just heard you read the part of Stephanie's speech. I'm so impressed.
You remembered her speech? Yeah, well, Roberts had something to do with why she overdosed. I just know it.
I had no idea.
I've got my theory, but no proof. I'll maybe tell you more later. I have to get going tonight, though.
Okay. I'm so sorry that we lost Stephanie. I never had the chance or the courage to tell you that.
We were like sisters. That's exactly what it felt like to lose her. Thank you. Really. Oh, tell me quick, what happened after I left?
The difference in points of view.
With a student? You? And who? Roberts?
Yeah, the director.
Oh my God. Did he not like your audition? Dude, you're screwed. He's the decider.
We never got to the audition part.
For real? What happened?
We disagreed about something. I yelled. He yelled, called me a liar, and then he threw me out of school until my hearing on Friday morning roundup with Mr. Drack. Maybe expulsion.
That so entirely sucks, Charles. What can I do to help?
Just being here with you tonight helps. Seeing you do what you did, you've got guts. Maybe I can borrow some?
Sorry, mine are on load. Hey, we're going to start up the BMI over 25 club again soon. You're welcome to come back.
If I can only learn to keep my opinions to myself. It worked so well for me just about 10 minutes ago.
We may have to vote in some kind of Charles ain't in charge rule.
Great. Okay, I'll come back then once I'm back in school. That may be a while.
Keep me posted. Good night, Charles. Take care.
Oh, betcha you never thought you'd ever hear her say those words. My gosh. Oh my gosh.
Fade to gray. Act 2, Scene 6, Sims' kitchen. Brianna enters on Jimmy Sims.
Hey, honey, you've had supper?
He's snacking. He hides his soda and chips.
It's dinner, Dad, and go ahead and enjoy your snack. Life's short. I had an apple earlier after school.
There's stuff in the icebox if you need it. Better check it out.
Resume snacking.
Icebox? Really? You're like a foodie from the Old West, Dad. Icebox? Supper? Wow. Where are the provisions kept, partner? Next to the outhouse, I'll bet.
There's a fridge anyway, browsing.
Hey, Dad, is this really? Oh my God, Mom. Banana pudding? God bless, Mom.
Sorry, Bree. No one could possibly be as old as I sound. And yes, your mom broke down. Banana pudding with only a little tofu.
No.
Just kidding. Say, Mom told me about your debate subject.
Yep, I decided to dare greatly like Teddy and Stephanie. So here I am in the arena, waist deep in alligators, which they both forgot to mention, daring my ass off.
And you're up against Isabella. Ambitious. So that's why she scheduled an interview for me for Friday. Yeah, that's smart. That shows a lot of
Balls? Yes, I ran into her tonight and she told me. I thought about it walking home.
chutzpah was the word I was trying to find. Not only is she interested in winning, but maybe in psyching out her opponent.
And maybe even learning something along the way. For at least a day anyway, she said.
How do you want me to handle this, kiddo? Trust me, I could get called away. Emergencies happen, even with family docs.
No, go ahead and meet with her, Dad. But feed her subtle little lies that make her look like a fool. Then I'll gut her arguments like a trauma surgeon being tasered.
That's my girl. It'll show her that being larger doesn't mean you can be evil and conniving too, even if you are, oddly, quite healthy.
Yes. No, Dad, be honest with Slim. With Isabella, for God's sake. But maybe don't give her your best stuff.
Okay, kid. It's so good to hear you laugh. Have I told you lately how proud you make me?
Almost every day, Dad. And I'm not so much a kid anymore. You too, you know.
Oh, thanks. All right, I've got my notes yet to dictate tonight. Anything else you want to talk about?
Oh yeah, sometime we want you to come talk about sex education issues with my club, Dad. The BMI over 25 club.
I'd be honored. Happy to help.
We'll work out the details. You're the best, Dad.
Rumors and innuendos. You are moving on so fast. Well, work to do.
Fade to gray. End of Act 2. Act 3, Scene 1. Next day, Charles is standing around outside school. Brianna finishes her last class and starts to walk home.
Hey,
Hey.
still suspended?
Yep, and suspended in animation.
A fellow invisible. Yet here you are.
And we're off the school grounds.
The parking lot is technically still school grounds.
Let's walk then. How was your day?
About average usual. When I left the rehearsal hall last night, you were getting ready to audition. I thought you were a jock.
So sometimes I stutter. I thought drama would help me. Saying someone else's pre-thought out speech, what could possibly go wrong?
I hardly noticed. You're so quiet. You're not stuttering now.
You have that effect on me, but I need to face that problem. You aren't always around.
Oh, that's sweet. So, is that what happened?
Well, yeah, I did stutter a little.
Just shy?
I think I'll always stutter when I scream asshole at a teacher.
You did not. Why?
'Cause he is. Does it matter why?
Did it have anything to do with me?
What would make you think that? Your reading was wonderful. It felt almost like Stephanie was there.
Why won't you tell me what happened?
I don't want your feelings hurt.
I wondered. Charles, I taped him.
What? Huh? You're joking. Really? How? Why?
You learn things they don't have the guts to tell you to your face. I always record auditions or interviews.
Okay, so along with your intentionally bringing up bad memories for him and poking him a bit, you left your purse behind with your phone recording. Sick.
I was hoping for something incriminating.
You are officially then Robert's worst nightmare. So then you heard what he said?
Listen.
He pulls out her smartphone.
Wow. Remember her from last year? What happened to her? She let herself go so much. Dang, I had her high on my list of girls whose bones I'd like to jump this season, guys, but no thanks. She is so not my type now. This is like deja vu. All right, okay. Next, Charles Pruitt.
Shit. I'm so pissed off that you had to hear that. He denied he said it, called me a liar. I called him an asshole. He tossed me.
I'm not sorry. I'd never get honest feedback if I didn't hear them talk freely.
You don't need to hear this, especially from this fool.
It just proved you right. He is an asshole. Let's out him. When is your hearing?
Tomorrow at 2, the conference room Friday roundup hearings.
Who will be there?
Mr. Roberts, Mr. Drack, and my mom. Why?
And me. I've got a huge fear of missing out on all that fun.
No, you're not invited. It will be that ugly. I don't want you there.
Oh, I'm coming. It's my turn to crash your meeting. I'm a material witness.
That's immaterial. It will all be he said versus he said with a capital H, and he'll say you weren't even there.
But my recorder wasn't it?
Okay, then, well, hell, what do we have to lose?
Let's plan. Can our moms talk?
Sure. Okay. Oh, okay. I'm in, Brianna. I don't have much choice. You're starting to scare me.
I'm learning to be brave. Being scary is a lot better than being scared. We can also talk about what he meant when he said deja vu.
They walk off talking, fade to gray. Act 3, Scene 2, the school principal's office conference room with Mr. Roberts, Mr. Drack, Sandra Pruitt, and Charles join.
Thank you all for being here on time. It shows me that you appreciate the seriousness of this offense.
This alleged offense, Mr. Drack.
This alleged offense, Ms. Pruitt, and the impact that it might have on your son's future in the Hillcrest school system.
There's a ruckus outside and the door cracks open.
Ms. Allen, what's going on?
This young lady and her mother, they insist that they're to be a part of this meeting, sir.
Brianna? Well, let's hear what they have to say. And Ms. Allen, please make that phone call that I requested earlier.
Right. I will get right on it, sir.
Thanks, Miss Allen. Give Michaela a big hug. Mr. Drack, I'm a material witness.
The door is pushed open a little wider and Brianna and Racheal Sims squeeze through and take 2 empty seats.
This will not work for me, Mr. Drack. This is a private disciplinary proceeding. This student was not present.
It was about me, Charles said. And by the way, this is my mother, Racheal Sims, Mr. Drack.
This is a private disciplinary proceeding, Ms. Sims, and I'm afraid that you and your mom, nice to meet you, Ms. Sims, but I'm afraid both of you and your mom need to leave.
I don't mind, sir. It's my hearing.
We don't mind, really. They're welcome to stay.
Really? Are you quite sure?
Everybody except Mr. Roberts nods yes.
Truly. Well, given these unusual circumstances, Ms. Pruitt and Ms. Sims, I'll allow it then.
Thank you.
Let me warn you, however, if you and your mom say a single unsolicited word during these proceedings, you'll be dismissed. Am I clear?
But
One unsolicited word.
Mr. Roberts sits back, lights to black. Act 3, Scene 3, waiting room in Dr. Sims' office.
Afternoon, Isabella. Long time no see. How you been? Please sit down.
Hi, Dr. Sims. Friday, 2 o'clock.
They shake hands and sit.
I'm doing much better. Things are changing, so I always worry, of course. That's my superpower. You know that.
It takes courage to be vulnerable, Isabella. I understand that you're here to interview me about obesity? Oh, I'm surprised. Short straw?
Something like that, yeah. The topic was sort of assigned to me.
As penance for a life lived thin. Well, we've got a half hour. Where do we start?
First, I need to tell you that I did have another reason to talk to you.
Your debate with Brianna.
Of course. Bree told you?
Our meetings with her blessing. She believes in your side of the debate, even if she doesn't get to argue it.
I noticed that Brianna's changed so much this last year. I could learn a lot from her.
What Brianna has learned is that she can compete with anybody. If that destroys friendships, maybe they weren't all that strong.
Point taken. And I still worry too much about what other people think. So, did she ask you to tell me some whoppers?
Well, that's a great question. As a matter of fact, small whoppers, swappers, we'll call them. Then she decided she'd win anyway, even with me helping you. So, how can I help you?
Fade to black, back to the school principal's office.
Let's proceed. Mr. Pruitt, Mr. Roberts has made accusations that you referred to him in a profane manner in front of students on school grounds. Is that true?
Yes, Mr. Drack, I did, but...
And at no time did Mr. Roberts address you in kind?
That's also true as far as it goes.
And that's more than enough to validate your suspension, Charles, and to warrant the demand for a meaningful apology and some civic recompense on your part.
Man.
There's no breach of teacher-student policy that would endorse such behavior.
None?
Mr. Roberts just said some awful stuff, sir.
Liar. Liar. Sorry. Look, I just can't sit here and take this, Paul.
Hold on, David. Awful stuff about you?
No, except he keeps calling me a liar.
Awful stuff to you?
Not exactly.
Then it was not your business. If you feel wrong has been done, report it. Anarchy will not prevail.
Brianna, the anarchist, cringes a little bit as she slips her phone onto the tabletop.
Am I understood?
But he talked about plans for sexually assaulting fellow students.
Well, he's imagining things, Paul. He's made all that up. Have you read the other students' written reports? I brought over a stack of them yesterday.
I have, David. They're right here.
Okay, so I feel bad for poor Charles with a significant little speech impediment. Paul, drama might have actually helped him. It might be tough to get attention. I get that, but how terribly sad.
What is it that you're saying, Mr. Roberts?
I'm saying that the imaginary story your son made up is the furthest thing from the truth, Miss Pruitt. I would never, never wish harm or speak ill of any student. Ask anyone.
Fade to black. Back to the waiting room, Dr. Sims' office.
Listening to your radio shows recorded over the years, you've been outspoken about the perceived health risks of obesity. Oh, do you mind if I record this, Dr. Sims?
You're on mute.
Of course not. Obesity is such a common condition. Years ago, I gave a grand rounds on the topic and got hooked. Decades later, I've learned more. We all have.
Tell us. But first, for the record, my own personal bias is I'm against it. I don't like obesity on me or around me. There's just no excuse.
Well, good to know. Yet, Isabella, 180,000 generations of our evolution might disagree with you, do you think? Without a stingy metabolism during the lean years, we wouldn't be here to enjoy the fatter ones. Do you want a pleasant chat, Isabella, or can your audience stand the truth?
This is a debate, Doctor. Far more important than your petty little everyday medical life or death issues, right? So, I'll need some ammo. Load me up.
Everybody knows that smoking, eating donuts, drinking too much alcohol, excessive stress, not exercising, having high cholesterol, and having a couple more beers with your donuts are bad for you. But what about a BMI under 30? Is it so bad? Here's the skinny.
Fade to black. Back to the school principal's office.
I cannot imagine why he would say such stuff. My record here has been spotless. Ask anyone. Read the letters.
Mr. Roberts' voice emerges from the phone.
Okay. Thank you, Miss Sims. Oh, okay. We have your contact number. Wait, what is this? I object. Wow, remember that girl from last year? What happened to her? She let herself go so much. I had her high on my list of girls whose bones I'd like to jump this season, guys, but no thanks. She is so not my type now. This is like deja vu. Okay, next, Charles Pruitt. What the hell was that?
Brianna looks at Mr. Drack inquiringly.
It looks as though you've been solicited, Miss Sims. You may answer his question.
That was my recording from Tuesday afternoon after I'd left the rehearsal hall.
But you did leave, Brianna. She was not there, Paul, I swear. How could she be any kind of witness?
I did leave, but my phone was in my purse that I left behind. It recorded you.
Dude, I never said that. This is all a lie. They somehow made it up.
That should be easy to prove, Mr. Roberts. I'm a paralegal. My law firm can compare those past recordings with my recordings of your voice from today. Easy as pie. If they're not a match, we'll know. In the meantime.
Why, Brianna, would you even think to record Mr. Roberts? That in itself is a bit bizarre.
You remember Stephanie Jewitt?
Of course. Our sad, brilliant, overweight Black senior who committed suicide.
My God, Mr. Drack, people commit murder. They commit rape. Stephanie died by suicide. Committing only adds to the shame.
You know, you're right, of course. My apologies. Stephanie died by her own choice, by her own hand.
Our valedictorian, National Honor Society member, National Merit Scholar, captain of our soccer team, pitcher for the girls softball team, leader of the debate club, president of the BMI over 25 club, and my best friend. My sister died by suicide because she was made to feel not good enough because she was overweight.
I'm sorry, Brianna. I do apologize. And I remember her well and with great sadness. She was, as the students would say, a star.
Last summer, that star was taking some final courses, one in drama, as a matter of fact, for fun.
Okay, I object, Paul. I object. Does this have anything to do with why we're here today?
Miss Sims?
Stephanie was excited to be trying out for a leading part. That typically isn't for a larger person or a Black person for that matter. Juliet Capulet in Romeo and Juliet.
How courageous. And
She left her home that morning as I took off for my summer job at Rudy's, texting that she was going to an audition with Mr. Roberts.
go on.
I was the one who found her that night.
She had texted me back only once all day. I was worried for her, so I wanted her to hear how it went. I went over to her house as soon as I got off work.
I'm so sorry. I didn't know. But tell us, please, what does this have to do with today's hearing?
Her text was a suicide note. I just didn't recognize it at the time.
Mr. Drack hands her some tissues.
Thank you. I had lost it from my phone when I dropped it in the shower.
No one ever mentioned that. Do you have it?
I'd lost it, but I remember exactly what it said, like it was yesterday. I told the police they weren't interested, even though they found it sent to me from her phone. I couldn't bring myself to tell her parents without my copy.
What did it say?
It said, "Fools rush Hinbury. You were so right. Underclass person, we are so much, but we will never be enough." That's all. Oh, and her name, Steph, and a heart emoji.
And what do you think it meant?
How could anyone pretend to know what that gibberish meant? It was a pathetic text by a distraught suicidal adolescent who desperately overreached.
I can only imagine, Mr. Drack. So that's when I decided that it's appropriate to carry a recorder anytime I'm near Mr. Roberts. I always will. I wish I'd done it last summer. If I had been able to be at Steph's audition.
Any comment, Mr. Roberts?
None, Paul. Look, I mean, Mr. Drack.
Were those your recorded words about Miss Sims that she played back just for us just now?
I was trying to be kind, sir. I didn't say it where she could hear it. It was in jest. I mean, a little joke, except about her weight. I mean, I guess I meant that part. So not my type. Is that so awfully wrong?
Fade to black. Back to the waiting room, Dr. Sims' office.
But what if I really am overweight? Not the kind that I worry about, Doc, but what if I really do weigh too much, but I don't have other medical problems?
Well, then we won't worry about your health so much.
What? You call yourself a medical professional? Don't we pay you to worry?
Oh, I worry, Isabella. I worry that good people who are overweight believe that they are somehow bad and deserve so little. Hey, pause the recorder. Thanks. Isabella, you know how it feels when people judge you on your appearance.
Of course, just in a different way.
Well, what if people did look at you and could conclude just by looking that you were lazy, unhealthy, unhygienic, that you had low self-esteem and low energy? Wouldn't that be special?
That would be horrible.
See, that is when I worry about obesity. Now turn the recorder back on, please.
There.
Fade to black. Back to the school principal's office.
Mr. Roberts, you need to collect your personal belongings this afternoon and turn your school materials in over to Mrs. Allen. To Ms. Allen.
What? But I didn't even do it.
We'll discuss your employment status later, but you may wish to bring legal counsel. You're released from all teaching responsibilities as of this moment. Am I understood?
What? Yes. Yes, sir. Hey, I'm so sorry for this. I'm so sorry for this. I'm sure it can be fixed.
Don't even pretend to go that route, David. I don't believe there was any misunderstanding. I also have in my possession statements from other students that you didn't deliver to me that paint a very different picture.
Where the hell did those come from?
Thanks to Charles.
Pruitt? Impossible. He's not even been allowed back on campus until today.
As it turned out, these came to him, mailed to his home. Strange. Oh, something else.
Yeah?
And here is where I have to give you some credit, Mr. Roberts. You've indeed been educated.
Well,
You're
thank you
educable.
for that. As a teacher, that's nice to hear. Educable about what?
Several of those unsolicited letters also remarked that this was not the first time that you had used such language.
Oh, what are you talking about?
They specifically commented on similar words used in the presence of Ms. Jewitt in her audition on the day that she died.
They're making that up, Paul. That was months ago.
What you seem to have learned since is that you no longer say this where student actors can directly hear you. That might crush their spirits, wouldn't it? It might even crush them. Now, you said behind their backs, where they have to record you to hear it in secret. That's progress of sorts, I suppose.
That's contrived, sir. This is a witch hunt.
You know, I have to wonder, if it's all contrived, then what did you mean on Ms. Sims' recording when you said that this is like deja vu?
What are you talking about? I never said that.
Brianna, would you mind playing back the part of your recording?
Oh, okay. Wait. You know, I can't recall what I was thinking. I must have misspoken.
I clearly don't think it would be overreaching to think that you were referring to the onrush of overweight female actors that are so much not your type, invading your drama dojo, Mr. Roberts. First Stephanie Jewitt, then me, Deja Vu, and Deja Va. Who's next? Adele, Rebel, Queen Latifah, Oprah?
That's not fair, man. Have you seen Adele lately? She's lost so much weight.
Mr. Roberts, I think you're making her point. Try to approach what's about to happen to you with the truth, is my advice. Am I understood?
Yes. And I understand too now. I get it. Oh, I do get it. You've all ambushed me here this afternoon, haven't you? I can see that clearly now. Yes, I will be back with legal counsel. Oh, yes. And my union rep and the press. The media will eat this shit up.
We're about to find out. Ms. Allen, thank you. Now, Mr. Roberts, please leave. When you return, bring your posse with you if you dare.
Miss Allen sticks her head in as Mr. Roberts exits.
The reporter is here, Mr. Drack, as are Hilldale's finest, or as you requested.
Please introduce them to Mr. Roberts. Let them know that I will furnish them a copy of this afternoon's transcripts as soon as you have it ready.
He hands her a quick drive.
Thank you. Now, Mr. Pruitt.
Fade to black, back to the waiting room in Dr. Sims' office.
So, Isabella, in summary, we can fix blood sugars, blood pressures, or sleep apnea.
Okay.
What's harder to fix is self-blame, feelings of inadequacy, depression, or the avoidance of health-promoting activities because of the shame in our culture of being overweight.
So, if a majority of our population is overweight, are we mostly sick?
Well, we're struggling to find the balance, Isabella. Extreme obesity is a health problem. A BMI over 30 is problematic for reasons we haven't even discussed. But defining healthy is what's really hard.
Billions of dollars are spent on people not being willing to accept their weight. So, you say we're okay like we are?
Well, this may not be the sexy, easy fix your audience wants, but the truth seldom is.
Then what will be Brianna's argument against?
Well, she'll likely argue that many diseases are treated with the simple advice to lose weight.
What can I say to that?
Well, try this. Remind her that without these other diseases, moderately overweight people live longer than underweight people. They even live longer than those who are average weight. Isn't that the real bottom line?
Doc, I can't think of anybody who would possibly want to profit from curing a disease that actually is associated with a longer lifespan. Can you? Wow, that's so interesting. Thank you so much. Oh, I got me some facts now, oh boy.
Well, it's always good to visit with you, Isabella. Anyway, I got to get back to work. I'm obviously fascinated by your topic.
I'm thinking it might actually make a pretty good article too, after all.
Well, good luck. Let's see if there's any thinking going on out there beyond the bright lights. Bye-bye now.
Fade to black. Back to the school principal's office.
Mr. Pruitt,
Yes, sir.
you called that poor excuse for a teacher an ass.
I did, sir. He meets all the criteria. Stupid, irritating, contemptible hack.
Thank you both for your courage, Charles, and you, Brianna. Charles, I'm lifting your suspension as of this moment. Welcome back.
Thanks. So, to summarize, just in time for my 3 p.m. Friday organic chem weekly quiz, sir?
Oh, all right. As of Monday, then, how are you expected to learn a lesson otherwise? You certainly have some homework.
Thank you, sir. So very much. And yes, I do. I'll get on it.
Oh, and Brianna, I was unaware just how close your friendship was with Miss Jewitt. I am so sorry. Sometimes we don't pay enough attention.
That's not really your job description, sir.
I believe I have a call to make too, don't you? Don't I?
The Jewitts? Oh my gosh. Would you, Mr. Drack?
They're still looking for some answers. Her final text to you, Mr. Roberts' comments, these letters put things in a different light. I need to tell them what we've learned.
It's only fair that they know what we know.
The chips may have fallen. The chips may have to fall. I sense a civil lawsuit and an early retirement coming. It's probably time.
Your calling them would mean the world, Mr. Drack.
There is still so much that we never know. Oh, and Charles, we seem to have a great debate team here. You might want to look into it. Ready to try a different format?
Whoa, thank you, sir. Great idea. Huh.
It might help you to know. Sometimes kids who stammer even go on to become principals of high schools.
or vice presidents. How cool is that? Thanks, Mr. Drake.
Let's go, guys. Brianna, I've heard so much about you for so long. It's nice to finally get to meet you and your mom at the same time. Hello, Racheal. We've only talked on the phone.
Thank you, Sandra. The pleasure's ours.
The four walk out.
Our parents are meeting. This might be a little premature.
I'm good with it. So let's make a new rule for the BMI over 25 club. Our bodies may not be our biggest issues. Let's focus more about who it is we really are and what we're afraid of.
I'm thinking a coffee drive-through on the way home. How about a lift?
Bree wants a lemonade.
Done. Iced coffee, Charles?
Perfect end to a perfect afternoon, Mrs. Sims. That and an organic chem pop quiz.
Fade to gray. Act 3, Scene 11, Sims' kitchen. Racheal walks in an apron. Brianna walks in her PJs.
Morning, sunshine. Rise and shine. Mr. Drake called early this morning. Your dad talked to him.
On a Saturday? That can't be good. Is Mr. Roberts out on bond? Am I in danger?
Don't be so smart. He wanted to notify you of a slight change next week.
Like what?
Hey, Bree, he wants you and Isabella to move your debate up to the 4th hour on Friday.
What? I need time to practice.
It's a 2-hour time difference. Chill, Bree. You got this.
Well, we can't anyway. That's when General Assembly is scheduled. He knows that.
Good news. He's talked to the Jewitts. That's when they can make it, so that's when you're scheduled.
At the General Assembly, our weight debate somehow can't wait. Oh my God, I feel sick and not in a good way.
You two, your debate and the Jewett family are the main attractions. Steph would be bursting at the seams.
You've got to be kidding. 6 days instead of looking like a moron in front of 2 people who are destined to be neutralized. I'll do this in front of 1,500 of my closest frenemies.
Same 6 days as Isabella, and public opinion is on your side, remember?
Whose side are you on, Dad? You gave her your best stuff yesterday. I just know it. Mom, it'll look like I'm arguing that I choose to live this way, like some self-indulgent, chubby, doomed, little unhealthy teenage village idiot.
Get a grip, Bree. You're giving village idiots a bad name. You don't debate with your heart. Well, not entirely anyway. Isabella's there to make your case for you.
It doesn't worry you that I have to leave my defense up to a girl called Slim Jim?
Brianna, Isabella has her own demons. This has been hard for her too.
You pushed her into this corner, and now she's forced to debate a topic that is very scary for her. These are the consequences, so stop fretting and get to work. Anything that
I know, Dad, I know.
I was about to say anything that speaks to truth, just like my daughter and just like Isabella is being forced to do, makes me more than proud of you both. There's room in this world for 2 more strong women.
Like you said, Brianna, kick some butt. You've got the skill set. You've been a debater since you tossed your binky. Channel Stephanie, okay?
What if I fall on my face?
Then you'll know you dared greatly, huh?
You learn the most from your failures, if you're paying attention. We need a hug.
Group hug, fade to black. School auditorium backstage at a steady hum of conversations.
Please be seated, everyone. Please take your seats. I will begin promptly on the hour. Thank you.
Lights come up.
Busy times, Brianna. A semi-private duel to the death has turned into this extravaganza. Look around you. Be proud.
Great, Mom. Let's get through this day, okay?
You and Charles auditioned Mr. Robert last Friday before his perp walk. No callback for that dweeb, huh?
Troll, Mom. Yeah. Then they closed the drama program for this semester. Everyone hates me.
Not everyone, just the drama students.
Anyway, the facts will eventually come out.
And I'll have a discussion with Mr. Drack next week about the BMI over 25 club and sex education, too. I heard that your first sex education class was standing room only. How am I supposed to compete?
It was a really small room, and months ago, they've probably forgotten everything she taught them.
She? I know nothing about this. A first sex education class? When? About exactly what?
Mom, that was on Stephanie. Remember you wanted plausible deniability? So who told you about Monica, Dad?
Monica? Well, I only know one Monica in Hillcrest.
That guy sitting out there in the front row. Once your newest club member started talking, he can't stop.
I don't need to be hearing this right now. La 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 la.
It's because you bailed him out of purgatory. Are we talking about Monica Tarrant?
Shush, Rach. Later. And we've learned Isabella is only mortal.
Fortunately for me, it's tough for her mouth to even form these words, but I feel like she's too popular to lose.
Then guess what?
What, Mom? We have 30 seconds.
If Isabella wins, you win. She's arguing that there's little health risk to being overweight when you take care of other medical problems. She's saying you're a winner. Live long and prosper.
And if you convince the audience that they're right in their outdated opinions, you win. Remember, you only really lose when no one ever talks about this stuff.
If you're saying I win no matter what, that's such a totally weird situation for me. I'll have to rethink everything. Stop the presses. Stop this debate. Call it off.
It's only the same thing we've told you guys all your life. You're daring, dear. Pretty damn greatly.
Go get him, Bree. You got this. Coming and going.
Thanks, guys. Time to do. I love you too.
Steph, I need you. Sis, as much as ever. Let's try this public speaking gig. I'll pray for a softer landing than you.
All right then, students, quiet down. Quiet down, please. Thank you. Welcome, students and staff. For this General Assembly, we have rearranged the format a bit. Our debate team will tackle real issues relevant to you and your life. Today, we'll be in for a real treat. Brianna, Isabella, please come forward. Let me reintroduce you to your many fans. And then there is very special Hillcrest family whom I would like you to all meet again one more time.
Anna and Isabella head for the stage, waving to the audience as their parents applaud, fade to black, the end.